I'm Connor Leone, and I'm the Program Director for ECOLIFE's Sustainable Agriculture Program, where we're utilizing aquaponics to transform the way that we grow and access food. So if you come along with me right now, I'd love to show you in our greenhouses, where we're currently using aquaponics to grow a variety of different crops. So this is our west greenhouse. We have our seating table here. We have some collards, tomatoes, and of course our fish down here at the end. And if you walk with me, I'll tell you a little bit about how aquaponics works, what makes it different, and how we're utilizing it here in our greenhouse. So aquaponics is simply the combination of aquaculture, which is raising aquatic fish, and hydroponics, which is growing plants in nutrient-rich water. So you can see here with these collards, for example, when I pull them up, our roots are growing directly into the water below. So they have complete access to that nutrient-rich water, as much water as they need. They're not at risk at becoming root-bound or competing with the other plants in the system. And because of the bio-intensive nature of this system, we're actually able to use 90% less water and land space than growing an equal amount of produce in a traditional method. So if you'll follow me back on here, aquaponics, as I mentioned before, is not just growing plants, but our fish as well. And here in this system, we're using Mozambique tilapia because they're one of the more hardy fish for aquaponic systems, and they provide a really good percentage of protein per pound of body weight in each fish. And we hope that with these guys and our new fish breeding techniques, we'll be able to get 300 pounds of protein harvested from this system each calendar year. All right, so these cherry tomatoes are looking pretty good. I'll let Alona here continue cleaning up some of the new growth, keeping these plants looking nice and healthy, and encouraging them to produce some more fruit. And we'll go ahead and walk on over to our other greenhouse, and I can show you what we're doing differently over there. So we're still using that deep water culture technique where we're using floating rafts to plant directly into. And I'll show you another example here of these roots that are growing directly down into our water. So you can see we have this nice root mat here, all the roots hanging down freely, taking up as much nutrients as they need. So we now have our kale, more cherry tomatoes here before we make our way back into our fish tank area. The unique nature of aquaponics not only allows us to grow plants and fish using 90% less water and land than traditional farming, but it also allows us to grow in areas where we would otherwise have no access to. That means these regions are not dependent on fertile soil or water access, or even in a controlled environment like this greenhouse, the weather factor. So we can take aquaponics and bring sustainable agriculture systems to communities across the globe, regardless of their climate or resource availability.